Jai Atmeshwar, Samarpan Yog of the Himalayas, Part 1, Episode 9. In the jungle, I did not know when it was morning and when it was evening. I did not even know how long I had been in the jungle. I had brought a small calendar with me and had made a habit of marking the day as soon as the sun rose. This went on for several days. But when I visited the big cave with Gurudev a while ago, my calculations went wrong. I felt as if lots of days had passed. At least, that is what it appeared to me. Now, my fears of darkness, death, animals in the jungle, being made to stay in this jungle, all had ended. Now, I would keep watching the water falling from the cataract for hours together. Sometimes Gurudev would be in meditation for several days. I used to perform tasks like cleaning the cave, collecting firewood, picking fruits, keeping the surroundings clean, and making sure that the lamp was always burning. I had a strong association with fire. I made friends with several birds and animals, and they regularly came to meet me. I would talk to them as I wanted to know their language and try to understand the meaning of the sounds they made. I studied their aura and realized that their aura basically remained natural as they did not have any thoughts. They undertook certain activities at a particular time, but that too was done in a state of thoughtlessness. I got used to the place and started to like it. I enjoyed living in the atmosphere and I got used to eating the food there. There was no set time for eating, and I just ate something whenever I felt hungry. I do not know why, but I never felt very hungry there. Pure drinking water was also available. I had a lungi, that is, a piece of cloth tied around the waist, which also served as a bed sheet. Sometimes I would cover myself with it like a blanket or use it like a towel to dry myself. I had also brought a tunic and a cloth shoulder bag with me. I had brought a torch, but its batteries had run out. I had a white dhoti, that is, a cloth wrapped around the waist, which I would roll up and wear like a loincloth. I would tie a cloth tape around my waist to hold up the loincloth. I had other clothes in my bag, but I did not wear them. I did not really have much luggage. My beard, mustache, and hair had grown quite long. I had a pair of shoes which I never wore, and they just lay unused, as I was afraid of slipping in the mud. I had a small calendar and marked the date on it every morning. Later, when the ink in the pen ran out, I used to make a hole in it with the pen. I had a small knife, which I used to make a cut in my nails and then peel them. I used to rub my teeth with ashes to clean them. I had brought a bar of soap, but it had been used up long ago. I used leaves to rub myself whilst bathing, but even bathing was not frequent. I had not seen any humans for several days. In fact, I had not seen anyone except Gurudev, and that is why all my attention was on him. My attention would be on every little detail about him, on even the smallest activity. He had a tremendous power of attraction, and since there was no one else around, I could look only at him. He was a little serious by nature. I had never seen him laughing, but his face was gentle and attractive. He used a stick for walking, mainly out of habit, it seemed, as he did not appear to need it, but he always walked with a stick. Sometimes he would look into the void as if he could glimpse the future. One day, while looking similarly into the void, he said to me, "Your container is very big. That is why Shiv Baba has placed his energy in you, and I am also putting my energies into you. One birth is not enough for the devotional practice of meditation. One has to meditate devotedly, birth after birth. It is never possible to do both, accept Chaitanya, that is consciousness, as well as pass it on in one birth. And it is extremely difficult to absorb and pass on more consciousness and more experience simultaneously. One requires a very large heart and great generosity for that. How can one pass on knowledge that one has acquired through so much hard work and struggle so easily to others? It can never be given. Giving this knowledge is like giving up everything one possesses. Only a mother can do it in this world. In this universe, it is only a mother who can put everything, her whole life at risk and give birth to her child. You are a mother. You have a mother's heart within you. You have in you the capacity to give up everything you possess. You are capable of giving up everything to anyone. You can offer a new life to someone. You can give a new birth to someone. You can become a mother. It is completely possible for you to become a mother. Awaken that possibility. Awaken the capacity of becoming a mother. That capacity is the one ray of hope in our world of gurus. Awaken that ray. Awaken that ray within you. Awaken that desire within you that I wish to give up everything. If you wish for it, you can give it, as the emotion of motherhood is innate in you. Awaken the emotion of motherhood. There is an emotion of motherhood in you. Awaken it. A man can obtain something, but he cannot give it, whereas a woman can obtain something and can give it too. That is why knowledge can be obtained in society through a woman and not from a man. So awaken the feminine element that exists within you. The feminine element can give a new life to the human race. I could not understand what Gurudev was trying to tell me. How could I become a woman when I was a man? And why was he asking me to become a woman? Can a man become a woman just like that? What was he saying? I could not understand anything. What does he mean by saying that my container is big? What is big? What does become a woman mean? What does become a mother mean? What does awakening one's feelings of motherhood mean? I could not understand what he was saying. I had realized in his proximity that he was not joking, and I became more serious after realizing it. Does he want to turn me into a woman? Why does he want to turn me into a woman? That day, I thought about it over and over again, but I could not understand anything. The next morning, after meditation, I asked Gurudev to explain what he had said. I had not understood even a fraction of what he was telling me, and that is why I was asking him. I was ready to become a woman and do whatever he expected of me, that he should give me his blessings so that I could fulfill all his expectations. I kept thinking about Gurudev's words at that time. The Guru speaks at his level and the disciple listens at his level. And as a result, no dialogue can take place between them. The same thing was happening here. He was speaking at his level, but I could understand it only at mine, and that is why there was no conversation between us, and I could not understand what he was telling me. I had come with the purpose of receiving some knowledge from him, and instead of passing it on to me, it seemed as if he was trying to awaken some existing knowledge inside me. So what was it within me that he was trying to bring out? I studied myself. I had a fierce desire to know Paramatma, and I had a strong desire to pass on the knowledge of that path of Paramatma to others, and I had taken this path for the same purpose. But I had not found Paramatma as yet, so how could I pass on the knowledge to others? I had a strong desire to share the divine knowledge with others. But the question of sharing it did not arise, as I myself had not received it. How can one share something that one has not received? Secondly, Gurudev also was not talking about giving anything. My concern grew as I kept thinking that there was definitely something within me which needed to be brought out and distributed. What could it be? This question remained unanswered. But as a result of what Gurudev said, my external wandering and searching ended, and I started looking inside. My inner journey commenced. Something was hidden within me, and I had to reach it. What had I received in life that could exist within me? I had not achieved anything at all. Then suddenly, I had a flash implying that I may not have achieved anything, and I started to remember Shiv Baba's words. He had said, "I have handed over everything I possess into your custody." Maybe Gurudev is referring to that because Shiv Baba had said that he was giving me custody of everything, whereas I have never felt that I had received anything. Shiv Baba had said that he had passed on everything he possessed to me, and this Gurudev was saying that I had to distribute everything that was within me. There appeared to be a link between both of them. Both were saying something at their level. Both of them knew it, and both of them had understood it. Only I was in the dark about it. I was the fool who could not understand it. I felt that it was appropriate to wait because only that would guide me onto the right path. I took the decision to wait for the future since that was what Gurudev wanted, that whatever was within me should come out and reach the people. I did not know whether he was referring to this birth or my next birth, since I had not seen any people around for several days now. Gurudev spoke with great depth, and here I was, who could not understand that depth at all. I realized that when one cannot understand anything, then the spiritual work gets accomplished in the best way if one surrenders completely to the Guru energy. If one acknowledges and prays, saying, "I cannot understand anything. May everything be done according to your understanding and wishes." Then your ego, which needs to understand, will fall away, and this is how things are accomplished. For example, when we went for a walk with our mother in our childhood, and our feet started aching after too much walking, we would leave everything to our mother and say, "Now I cannot walk anymore. Carry me." Similarly, one should say, "I do not know what you are saying. You can understand it. Let everything happen according to your wishes," and surrender completely. But together with surrender, it is also necessary to have complete faith and trust, because complete surrender is not possible without faith and trust. After surrendering before him in this way, I slowly began to understand him. He was inspiring me to go inwards, and his purpose was to take me within myself and make me realize and become aware of Shiv Baba's treasure of energies which had been placed inside. Gurudev was reminding me of the treasure which Shiv Baba had obtained from his Guru after 40 years of devoted spiritual practice, and which he had preserved. It was a collection of energies, and energies are only collected for distributing and sharing. The Guru element always goes to nature and establishes oneness with it. Then it absorbs the dormant knowledge, the living knowledge which it has acquired through spiritual experience from nature. Then, due to their nature of giving everything away, the Gurus distribute the priceless treasure to ordinary people. Since their nature is to distribute everything, nature's energies are drawn towards them. I suddenly remembered Gurudev's words. What you obtain from Paramatma is as much as your capacity to give. And truly, if you look at nature, you will realize that it keeps giving to everyone. Clouds give water. Small streams give water to rivers and rivers to the ocean. Clouds give water to the earth at some place. The earth gives it to the trees, which in turn give fruits to the birds. The basic nature of earth is to give, and that is why a person who has merged with nature learns to give on his own. Nature gives to everyone equally. It does not discriminate between anyone. Everyone is equal in the eyes of nature. If you go to the river, it gives water equally to people of all races, people of all colors, all religions, and all languages. It gives water equally to a virtuous person as well as to a wicked person. Maybe all these differences have been created by man. Man distances himself from nature by creating such differences. A person becomes one with nature through being in its proximity, and that person who is at one with nature cannot discriminate between anyone. Even those who meditate get closer to nature, and as a result, their thoughts rise above any inequalities. Or this process may take place automatically. Jai Atmeshwar. We will now conclude the book reading for today's episode here. Thank you for listening.